Hello and welcome to today's LOL Esports Roundup, where we're going to cover the series from this morning in the LPL. And, well, there's no games to talk about for tomorrow in the four major regions. So we're going to just do a brief little preview of a PCS series. Right now, the PSG CFO series I previewed yesterday is in Game 5 as CTBC, Flying Oyster, attempt their reverse sweep of PSG Talon. Prediction-wise, I'm 298 and 142 on the year. I did believe OMG were going to win this one 3-1. I did have a caveat in my prediction post. If you remember and you missed it, I did put a post up. I did not make a video. And I was of the belief that if this series went to 5 games, EDG would win. But my official prediction, was, sorry, my face itches. OMG 3-1, because I thought that, the last 3 series we saw Weibo, BLG, and, Weibo, JDG, and LNG all come out flat after a long period of not playing, and I thought that EDG would do the same, but that was very, very wrong. EDG got out to an early lead in Game 1, actually 5K, and then blew it, and that was the only game they would lose, as they railroaded OMG in the next 3 games. EDG winning 3-1. Mako was my MVP. Leave 24-10-28, 33% of damage. JJ 14-8-42 had the best KDA on the team. And then Abel went 15-14-29, 30% of damage for OMG. So EDG clearly had a plan in this one. Some people would give Ale some credit, and I think at points he might deserve it. But in Game 3 at the Game 3 at the very least, I don't give him any. EDG clearly had a plan to let's get Shanji out of this game. They 5 times banned him in Game 3. They banned him throughout the series at a high rate, and it forced him out of champions like Sion and K'Sante. And his K'Sante was solid. He played K'Sante 20 times this past year. So, it's not like it's a weird champion for him, but Sion is not something we want to see Shanji playing. He is a carry. But when you ban 5 champions against somebody, and OMG also had 2 top bans themselves, now Shanji is at his 8th best champion. So what is that going to be? And does it actually work? Like, it's a mess. And frankly, how this plays into Ale and why I think the way I do, I'm like, if Ale is playing Jax or he's playing a champion and he needed to 5 times ban to be able to do what he's doing, I'm sorry, but you're playing a dangerous game as EDG if you're going to 5 times ban a team and leave a player like Cream open to do whatever he wants, or Abel. Now, in the end, it worked, and it worked to a high level, so good for them. But, in my opinion, this series was lost by Cream, and it was lost by Abel. Those 2 players, without having bans against them, should have won a game like Game 3, should have been much more impactful in Game 4. Cream on Akali in Game 4, he did have some moments, but really, in the grand scheme of things, it was not any more useful than his Ari was in the previous 3 games, which left a lot to be desired. I thought Fofo, against Fofo into Cream, Fofo was kind of meh, but the Vigar game was great. The Jace was useful in Game 4, and that's really all he needed to do, because Cream was not doing his job, making up for the fact that EDG were like, we're going to take Shanji out of this. Aki got gapped. Aki really didn't do much at all. And some people may say, well, look at his champion selection. It's like, he had options. Game 4, he could have went Wukong. He goes Lee Sin instead. And then we look at the bot lane. Mako ends up being MVP because he continued to get after Abel, catch Abel out. Mako also being key in team fights, doing a very, very good job. And in Game 1, he struggled. His KDA is not beautiful. But in the next 3 games, he did work. And keeping Leave alive is super important because the rookie needs a veteran presence down there, especially in his first playoff series. And I thought Mako was exceptional. And not often do you give supports MVP, I think. You really have to watch the game to do that. Like, looking at post-game stats, unless their KDA is pristine, it's just not going to be the same. So, in my opinion, that's kind of the deal with this one, as EDG win 3-1. And then sneak peek for tomorrow, Impunity and Frank Esports. Later on today, I will have my Top 10 minor region power rankings. That's after the VCS is done for the day. The PCS should be done soon. Like I said, PSG CFO are in Game 5. Impunity 11-7, Frank 12-6, 23rd in the power rankings that were updated yesterday. Matchups, they played two best of ones, Frank winning both. Pretender went 11-3-14 in mid lane for 35% of Frank's damage. Solo kill 7-2-17 in top lane, had the best KDA. Atlin 10-9-4, 31% of damage for Impunity. And you're going to say to yourself, who the hell's on Impunity? Well, we've seen Mission before. If you watched Worlds last year and you've been a person that's watched international events for a couple years, Mission has shown up. So we know who he is. Atlin played last year for CFO. I think he played maybe 1 or 2 games. I think he was the substitute for Shun. As far as Frank is concerned, Frank has obviously solo kill, EDG Academy's top laner. Pretender is a good player that I have here. Holo is in the jungle. I don't know if he's been in international events or not. And the bot lane, not as proven, if I recall. But Frank continued to do very well in best of ones, and that's kind of the deal. So when they get into a best of 5 situation, they usually struggle. And we'll see how they do tomorrow. Because tomorrow there are no major region games to discuss. Saturday there's like maybe 6 series now that the LEC is back. So long weekend ahead. But thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and thank you for watching.